Good morning, everyone. Clint McLaughlin here with Midwest Market Management. It is May 20th. I've got Riley Sykart on with me here today, and we're going to do a little bit of a special broadcast, special weather report. We would like to spend a little bit of time talking about the issues we've got going on in Southern Illinois, Southern Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee. Definitely, Riley, been a trying time for these guys, and many of them haven't even turned a wheel yet.
Yeah, definitely not what they were hoping for coming into the spring. So,
yeah, and you as a producer and your family's been farming your entire life, generations, definitely understand the trials when that you go through when you end up being the one in the problematic areas, and how painful it is to listen to all the weather guys and all the marketing guys talk about what a great start we're off to.
yeah,
I just wondered, yeah, go ahead, Riley.
Definitely. I mean, last year we saw that northwest area of Iowa catch something that was really nasty, and we heard a lot of weather people saying that 2024 started off absolutely amazing. So if you're in that area, it can definitely be frustrating.
Yeah, for sure. Would you mind pulling up this first map here? Because we're going to talk a little bit about weather here today. And then we're just also going to talk a little bit about how we interact with our clients and try to keep their head in the game so that they continue to make solid, sound financial marketing decisions. And when you're in the heat of the battle like you are, so what we have here are two maps, last year on the left and this year on the right. Now, it's slightly different time periods, but they both encompass about a month worth of time. And if you look at the north or the map on the left here from 24, and you see that we had that pocket of massive flooding with 11 inches of rain. Every headline you looked at wanted to focus on that area and how devastating it was. And what happens is a lot of producers pick up on that and they get bullish at a time when they should really be looking for opportunities to sell the market. Because while that area was experiencing flooding, you have to look at all the area around the remainder of the country that was getting beneficial rains for the crops at the time. And go back for just a minute. And as devastating as it is right now, you can see in the bottom right-hand corner down here in Kentucky, Southern Illinois, and Southern Indiana, Ohio have had a lot of rain. Many guys haven't even turned a wheel. And for those guys, we certainly understand and sympathize with the situation that you're in. We're sorry that that's happening, but we do like to try to get our producers to focus on the overall, where are we at from a national yield perspective. And unfortunately, the reality is, Riley, there's never a perfect year. And every year, somebody somewhere is going to be experiencing the problems. And too often with rain, when the problems are too much rain, somebody else is getting just the right amount of rain, and that becomes the issue. So that's what we wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about here today, but we would like to dive in and show a little bit more zoomed in pictures.
Yep. So first, here's the 2024 time frame of end of May through 20th of June. So pretty well replicates what you mentioned last year. Headlines were running pretty wild during this time, if you want to go a little bit more in depth.
Yep, actually, and you can even go as far as Google Spencer, Iowa, heavy rains 2024, and the images will pop up of all the devastational flooding that happened there. And it was very aggressive and very tough.
Yep, definitely not what you wanted to see. I mean, we saw areas getting maps showing 11 to 12. There were areas that in small ways saw upwards of 15 inches. So definitely not not what you want to see when you're trying to stick a crop in the ground by any means. Or if the crop was already in the ground, you get 15 inches of rain on it, it's gone.
Yeah. A lot of it was completely wiped out.
So the important thing to look at when you do that, though, here's a chart of December corn from last year during that time. That same exact window I have circled in purple. You can see that leading up to those rains, we added some premium into this market. And as soon as it came, the market lost interest and we fell off. So,
yeah, the market started to take a rain makes grain mentality, and the market was shifting its focus towards, yes, we're losing acres, yes, we're losing production in that pocket, but the remainder of the country was getting good rains. Unfortunately, we're seeing some of that here again this year, Riley.
Yep. And it's never fun to look at, but it's just the way it is. So moving into 2025 here, similar regions, a little bit more wider, but I would say volume slightly less. You can see whether in eastern Missouri, southern Illinois, southern Indiana, Kentucky, even areas of Ohio, just seen fairly significant amounts of rainfall. That's, as a farmer trying to stick a crop in the ground, if you haven't turned a wheel yet, that's definitely more than frustrating at this point.
Yeah, and the other situation that really is it's the prolonged period here too. They just really have not, in these heaviest hit areas. You're not seeing the 15-inch and 11-inch totals, which I'm sure that if you get into isolated areas, you will have those types of totals. But this is Easter Sunday to current, and they have just never had a break in the weather to be able to get in and get the things done that need to get done. So certainly a reason why those states are lagging in the corn planting progress reports, mostly in the southern portion of these states.
Yeah, and I did include a zoomed in view here to kind of show that a little bit more. There are regions that, look towards that Bowling Green region in Kentucky, 10 plus inches of rain. I mean, that's hard.
Yes, and this is exactly why we are doing the weather. We're not meteorologists, we're grain marketers, but the reason that Riley and I decided to start doing the weather is we wanted to put a different perspective on that. And the reality is in today's weather environments, in today's media environment, sizzle sells. People like to look at the devastational areas and focus on that. And we're trying to zoom a little further out to try to help producers stay in the mindset that, and to look at things from a national yield perspective rather than what happened right here in this 10 inches of rain. And the same maps, same time period, when you zoom out a little further, they help you to look at the broader scope and not the individual isolated problems.
Yep. So going right into that, I mean, if you look outside of those regions, Iowa, Illinois, northern Indiana, all got exactly what they needed to get the crop in the ground and have had enough moisture to get it out and germinating and starting to grow. So for every region that might be getting really messed up with some heavy rains, there's just as much to more that got exactly what they needed.
Yeah. And now we'll be rolling into June, and then the remainder of the Midwest will be, pretty well watered going into June. So it's been definitely a trying period. Riley, did you have another chart here for us?
Yes. So for December 2025, since that time period that I just showed, market, we added some premium into the December new crop corn market right before those rains. And since we started getting the mentality switch, like you mentioned, the rain makes grain is here, and more rain in the forecast is not helping the market recover. If anything, it's, as you can see by that area circled in purple, it's actually caused quite a big sell off. So
Yeah. So again, I appreciate everybody tuning in here today. And when we run into these isolated issues, I just want to let everybody know that we do see what's going on. We do understand what's going on out there. And the entire purpose of this broadcast is to try to keep everybody's mindset on the national yield perspective. And we don't mean to overlook or downplay the problems that a lot of producers are going through, and we understand that that is a difficult time, and hopefully they can get the crops in the ground and recover a bit here, and if not, hopefully your crop insurance will help you out and at least take a little of the burden off you. It won't get you back to whole, but hopefully it softens the blow. So I appreciate everybody tuning in for the special broadcast. We should be back on here Thursday to see how things are looking going into Memorial Weekend, Riley. We do have a 3-day weekend here. So it'll be interesting to see if the market wants to put a little risk premium in going into the 3-day weekend. So appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks a lot and have a great day.
This material has been prepared by a sales or trading employee or agent of Midwest Market Management and is in the nature of a solicitation. This material is not a research report prepared by of Midwest Market Management Research Department. By accepting this communication, you agree that you are an experienced user of the futures markets capable of making independent trading decisions, and agree that you are not and will not rely solely on this communication in making trading decisions. Distribution in some jurisdictions may be prohibited or restricted by law. Persons in possession of this communication indirectly should inform themselves about and observe any such prohibition or restrictions. To the extent that you have received this communication indirectly and solicitations are prohibited in your jurisdiction without registration, the market commentary in this communication should not be considered a solicitation. The risk of loss in trading futures and/or options is substantial, and each investor and/or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated by simulated historical tests of strategies, is not indicative of future results. Trading advice is based on information taken from trades and statistical services and other sources that of Midwest Market Management believes are reliable. We do not guarantee that such information is accurate or complete, and it should not be relied upon as such. Trading advice reflects our good faith judgment at a specific time and is subject to change without notice. There is no guarantee that the advice we give will result in profitable trades.